Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together.
Oh, it's that special day again.
Hey guys, welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I'm the great and peaceful Mr. E.
And I'm Jay. What a wonderful day it is today.
It's actually warm for once, the day we're recording this.
Go out and smell that fresh air.
So today's Freaky Fauna comes from the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordate, class Mammalia, order Xanthrathia, family, here's a good one, Microphygidae, genus and species, Microphygidae tricycla.
I'm sure that was perfect.
And that means, the first word means to eat ants, and the second word means 3 toes or fingers.
Oh.
Today we're talking about the giant anteater.
The giant anteater.
And I didn't plan to have a sad ending for this one, but literally last night I found a sad ending.
Oh, no.
So
we'll get through it together.
Good. These guys are having a little bit of trouble.
Oh, they're having trouble?
Yeah.
Aren't most anteaters in today's world?
Yeah. I can't really think of one that's doing
hot. Flourishing.
So these guys, they're tapered heads with long tubular mouths. They have very poor vision, but extremely good sense of hearing and smell. Their bodies are long and slender. Their coats are really dense, coarse fur, gray colorings with broad bands, diagonal stripes on the edge while running down from their neck to their chest towards their mid-dorsal. If you guys haven't seen these, they have a gigantic, thick, bushy tail. Like, they're very flat, but they're very tall, thin, long animals. Mm-hmm. Very unique-looking things. They cannot open their mouth, and they cannot close their mouth.
They just stick their little tongue out, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Their head and body length can be up to 4 to 5 feet long. Mm-hmm. And their tail length can be up to 3 to 4 feet long.
So that's a big, giant
7 to 8 feet,
yeah.
Total. Males can exceed masses of about 100 pounds. And females normally really never get above 90 pounds. Males in this species are much larger.
Okay, they're the show-offs, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we know they're eating termites and ants. But that's not all they're eating. They're eating a lot of beetles and insect larvae, and occasionally rotting fruit.
Oh, okay.
The giant anteater fulfills its needs with water by licking up wet vegetation.
Nice.
So that's what we'll talk about towards the end, is them trying to drink water has become a very large problem.
Oh, is that the sad part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Their gestation is up to 190 days long. They almost always have one offspring per birth.
Okay.
They put a lot of parental care in. Their nursing duration is right around 6 months, about half a year.
Oh, so they only give birth to one? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's almost a whole year process.
Dang, okay.
They're pregnant for 190 days, and then they'll nurse the baby for 6 months.
Man, that's a long time.
They become sexually mature about 3 years old. In the wild, it's unknown how long these guys live. In captivity, some of our oldest ones are hitting 26 and 27 years old.
That's pretty cool.
Mammals are always kind of weird, large and small. You don't really know how long they're going to live. Like capybaras, they live to be 6.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But the world's largest rodent. So it's just odd.
Yeah.
You never know how. And capybaras get 100 pounds.
I mean, some people have a dog, a little dog. It lasts 9-10 years, and then some of them are 20 years old, like Clarice that
just finally died.
Just finally passed away.
So the range is southern Mexico through Central America, South America, and east of the Andes through Uruguay and northern Argentina.
Oh, so it's a South American guy.
Yeah, so these guys are pretty much living in the grasslands bordering the rainforest.
Okay.
So they were most likely common all through Mexico, and Mexico is still the giant wide grassland. So Mexico is recently a desert, and we can look at animals like the axolotl and other animals like that to point to Mexico really recently becoming a desert.
Yeah.
It used to be savanna and scrubland.
Like the Sahara.
Very similar.
Yeah. Wonder what happened.
Global warming.
Yeah. Okay.
Habitats,
Don't make
grassland, savanna, and open tropical forest. So these guys will go into the forest, but it's got to be pretty open. These guys aren't super maneuverable.
Okay.
It's kind of like a bus when you watch them turn and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
They are classified as vulnerable So they are red listed. Any questions so far?
I mean, what's I guess killing them? I mean, are people aren't using them for anything, are they?
We'll get to stuff.
Oh, okay.
I got my fun facts for you first.
I think I know what their predators and stuff are, but still.
I mean, really, it's just jaguars and caiman.
Right. Yeah.
There's the only two animals that can really tackle them. We'll talk about their defensive mechanisms because these aren't really pushovers either.
Oh, they're not? Okay.
Mm-mm. No, they'll gut me and you.
Okay, but they won't bite you.
No, but they have 6-inch long claws that break open termite mounds that are as hard as concrete.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, they'll gut you. These giant anteaters prey almost exclusively on social insects, like termites and ants.
Right, the colony guys.
Their dietary focus, the shape and physicality of their body, and their behaviors of the species. So that's kind of the first fact. There are plenty of anteater species that have a fused jaw system, but these guys are the ones that take it to the extreme.
Like it's completely.
Yeah.
Is their skull like funnel shaped?
Yeah. No, that's their whole skull. That nose, it's their mouth all the way through that.
Yeah.
Like their nose is just the very tip of it.
Yeah.
And they can't open or close their mouth and stuff like that. And their tongue has a huge resting area, which I'll talk about their tongue here in a minute. But yeah, these guys also have a false head on their arms. They think it's to help distract predators, and hopefully the predator will grab their head. Because if you look at their head, their true head doesn't really look much like a head.
No, it doesn't.
So on their front arms, they have it almost looks like panda bears.
Oh, that's these guys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They have the big white legs with the big black eye spot.
It looks just like a panda bear head
Yeah,
sticking
so
out of its chest.
The theory is that they use this to hopefully the predator will grab at that, and then they can start whacking them with the other arm.
Yeah.
Instead of them grabbing their tiny little head.
Their actual head, because that would probably kill them pretty fast.
Yeah, they got a tiny little head. So giant anteaters don't have teeth. Not at all. Instead, they have a tongue that can reach up to
2 feet.
Exactly.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, what a guess. Look at me.
As long as the tongue is, it's relatively narrow, so it can enter all these like little nooks and crannies of these termite mounds and ant colonies. Only about 10 to 15 millimeters wide. They use these giant tongues to get their food. It extends up to 150 times per minute.
Whoa. Okay. That's insane.
It shoots out of their mouth and back in their mouth up to 150 times per minute.
That's like rapid fire.
You can't even see it sometimes.
Yeah.
Their tongue is covered in tiny spines that help them grab and grip prey as they pull it back in. It's also coated in a sticky saliva.
That makes sense.
It would kind of hurt if it licked you.
Really?
Yeah, because it'd rip at your skin, almost like a cat tongue.
Yeah, but probably more rough.
The teeth are a little smaller. Like, there are a lot more teeth, but they're smaller on the tongue.
Yeah. Ooh,
the stomach of an anteater does not secrete hydrochloric acid. Instead, they depend on folic acids to help their ant-dominated diet and aid in digestion, which is a very interesting adaptation.
I guess so. A
lot of other almost all mammals use hydrochloric.
As their stomach acid?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that.
Not like pure hydrochloric. It's
right. It's diluted. It's probably a low molar, if you ask me. So dumb. I'm so dumb.
Formic acid is what they use instead.
Oh, formic or folic?
Formic. I'm sorry.
Formic?
Yeah.
FORMIC?
Yes.
Okay. Never heard of that.
It's very specialized in digesting ants. Like, exoskeleton heavy small invertebrates.
Chitin.
Chitin.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I've heard people say it like that.
But it's wrong, right?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it's chitin.
You're going to ask me how to pronounce something?
True.
They can eat up to how many insects a day?
Well, if their tongue's shooting at that rate, 100,000.
30,000.
Okay.
I mean, that's a fair guess.
Yeah.
That's average, though.
So some might be up there.
So despite their coarse fur and thickened skin, giant anteaters are still... They're still able to be agitated by the large jawed shoulder cast of ants and termite species upon which they feed. Trying to avoid these soldiers are both actively and technically. The anteaters typically their feeding profile could be described as lightning strike, quick feeding, and then running away. So these guys will come in, they'll bust open a hole, they'll eat, but the second these giant jawed protector casts come out, they run away.
Yeah, they know better. Like bullet ants or something.
I mean, yeah. Giant anteaters tend to pursue large-bodied insects, termite mounds and stuff like that. Yeah. Such dietary segments allow these different anteaters. So there's all these different anteater species in the South America, Central America that specifically target certain species of ant and termite.
Okay.
That helps them speciate out, so they're not competing with each other, which is a very interesting thing. Giant anteaters are terrestrial, unlike most other anteater species. So most other anteater species can climb and avoid stuff and get up in the trees.
And these guys just roam the ground?
Yeah, because they're freaking huge.
Yeah, they're big boys.
They have been seen in trees extremely rarely, and it's normally because a jaguar chased them up a tree. They're more likely to fall to their death than get away. And so they have giant, these guys have giant forearms and these super sharp, pointy claws.
Can they move fast?
They can run a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, they're not going to win any Olympic race.
Right, but they can run.
Yeah.
Okay. Because in my head, I feel like they move slow like a sloth, but I don't know where that even came from.
Now, that's interesting to see that. We'll get to sloths here in a minute.
Okay.
So, where was I? Now you made me listen. Why giant anteaters have 5 digits on each foot. Their first digit is reduced, and the second digit and the third digit exhibit long claws. Like
a sloth?
Like sloths.
I guess, yeah. Since you just hinted at that.
Because they're very closely related to sloths.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why it was in my head.
If you take off an anteater's head, especially
it looks like it's built like one.
Yeah, especially if you look at like ground sloths and stuff like that. Once you remove the anteater's head from the equation, they look very similar. And a lot of people think that there was a lot of co-competition between the anteaters and the sloths. They were very close related. Anteaters are able to detect insects with their powerful sense of smell, 4 times greater than that of a man.
It's pretty good.
If threatened, they typically non-vocal giant anteaters will begin to bellow.
Ooh, what's an anteater bellow sound like?
I wish I should have had it pulled up.
Can you do an impression? There we go. It's like a didgeridoo.
It sounds like a leaf blower, muted.
Oh, so not a didgeridoo?
I guess kind of. Anteaters do not walk on the soles of their feet. Rather, they flex their digits upward, turn their foot inward, allow their large foreclaws do not come into contact with the ground to non-sharpen them.
So they kind of walk on the side of their foot?
Like sloths.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know
That's how giant ground sloths walked and everything like that.
Huh.
Like I said, there's a lot of similarities to these guys and sloths.
Was that convergent evolution, or were they related at some
They
point?
were extremely related. They're very closely related. They probably just split in the last ice age.
So the one went the bug route, the other one went, I guess, the fruit route. I don't know what sloths eat.
Like leaves and mostly leaves.
All right.
Anteaters sleep as much as 15 to 16 hours a day.
Oh, wow. I kind of like these guys.
As an outcome of their diet and lifestyle, anteaters have a relatively low metabolism rate. As a stark example, giant anteaters have the lowest record body temperature of any placentile mammal, 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you know when it's colder?
Should I know this?
Because he said, specifically I said placentile mammal.
Right.
So what's a non-placentile mammal?
I was going to say the
opossum.
Oh, the possum?
Because they use their pouch as their womb.
Yeah, the pouch. Marsupial. I couldn't think of the word, yeah.
And also egg-laying mammals.
Platypus.
Which are mammals.
And echidnas.
Which are mammals.
They're more like synapsid, though.
I'll mute you. I'll do it. When observed in regions without significant human presence, giant anteaters are diurnally active, so act during the day. However, giant anteaters appear to adapt to a more nocturnal lifestyle in the presence of living in close proximity to humans.
Because they know.
These guys are pretty shy.
Yeah, because they know,
they're not easy. They're not hard to kill with a stick.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just sleep when they're around.
And giant anteaters, save for their mother and young pairs, are generally solitary. So 99% of the time, if you see 2 giant anteaters together, it's the mother and daughter.
Okay.
And like I said, after that 6-month period with a son, most of the time mom's running them off.
Gotcha.
Usually only one baby is born at a time. They nurse for 6 months and then carry on the mother's back for up to a year. So like sloths, they hang on. All right. These guys, let's get to some ecology and conservation, and then I have my sad fact.
All right.
The giant anteaters are becoming quite rare, mostly due to the exotic pet trade and habitat destruction. They all have but disappeared in their historic range of Central America. You can't find these guys in Central America anymore.
Oh, really?
They're gone.
Oh, that's sad.
In South America, they are being hunted for their meat and for trophies. Some are also being killed just because they are mistakenly blamed for killing cattle and dogs. People are accusing these things of killing cows.
What they do? Lick them to death?
No, it's all the stray dogs that are killing cattle.
Well, yeah. I mean,
just like the trilocene, except
right.
a freaking giant anteater eats ants.
How are they expecting that to be killing cows? I mean, come on. They got to be smarter than
there's
that.
literally parties going out there with like Frankenstein's monster stuff, like torches and like stabbing these things to death.
Wow.
Anteaters are essential in maintaining insect populations. In addition, they are a key food source for large carnivores. And then I have another really bad one for you. But let's talk about these things first. Their meat is horrible, but it's considered a delicacy. They're completely gone from half of their range.
Dang.
50%, you cannot find them anymore. Not that they're rare, not that they're endangered. Gone. The other 50%, they're having a lot of problems.
I bet.
Because there's less people in the 50% that they're missing from.
Okay.
So the 50% of habitat they are left are dealing with people and they're farming and stuff like that. They're being hunted for trophies. I don't understand why. It's because they're rare now, so people's like, oh yeah.
I mean, it's a unique looking animal. So
and they're blamed for killing cattle.
Yeah, that's.
I can see killing dogs if a dog gets on them.
Yeah.
And starts harassing them.
But a cow.
I don't understand that. But like a dog, if a dog walks up and bites a giant anteater, it's going to turn around and swing.
Yeah.
They can stand up on their hind legs and they have these giant claws and they have a lot of power behind them.
Yeah.
So they could really defend themselves.
They dig into you, yeah.
They aren't an easy prey source for a hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
When you're stabbing them with a big stick, they're a lot easier.
Keep them at a distance.
Yeah. But hand-to-hand combat, they hold their own pretty well. I mean, keep in mind they're in the area with jaguars and caimans.
And they're big.
And they're big.
Yeah.
Cows, it doesn't make any sense to me. They're having a lot of problems with termites and ants in South America.
Oh yeah? What's the solution?
It was not killing all the giant anteaters.
Yeah, clearly.
So the problem is there are other species of anteaters that take advantage of these mounds of termites.
Okay.
They can't break into them. What the giant anteater used to do had a whole ecosystem built around them.
Oh, so they would
open it up and let all these other small insectivores
come in and yeah.
So now all those guys are threatened now too because they can't get to their historic food sources.
Yeah.
Because there's not this 6-foot-long anteater busting in these concrete hard tunnels.
Right. Yeah. Huh.
And like I said, the giant anteater would bust in, fast feed, and then leave
and run away. Yeah.
And then all these little guys would come in and feed on the rest. They deal with everything else. So these termites are taking over. These ants are taking over.
Not good.
Yeah. I mean, if we kill all the anteaters.
Let's just get us some giant anteaters.
That's not even the worst part of their life right now.
All right, let's get this the sad part.
Yeah. If I can remember, I'll try to post this video on Cryptos of Corn Facebook.
Okay.
Irrigation ditches.
Okay.
Are killing these guys.
How so?
By the hundreds.
But like, were they drowning or what?
They're like these little shallow irrigation ditches.
Yeah.
And they're smooth concrete banks.
Okay.
They get in them and they can't get out. Anteaters can swim pretty good.
Oh, so it's drowning them?
There was this one video I just seen literally last night as of recording this.
Yeah.
That was at the grate at the end of this irrigation ditch.
Yeah.
Had probably 100 of them.
Oh, geez.
And they're killing each other because they're trying to get out.
Yeah.
And these guys are, to be credit to these guys, they're trying to save them. They're throwing ropes in there. Like, they're trying to give them something to climb out on.
Right.
But their bodies aren't designed for that. You know? They have these giant claws.
Yeah.
So then the guy was trying to grab one of them by the mane and try to like
pull it
rip
out.
him up, and it was trying to gut him. They're panicked. They're drowning.
Right.
But the irrigation ditches are just cutting through these giant swaths of savanna they're putting into farmland. So the anteaters historically would just walk, they could swim. They're like, I'll just get in and I'll get to the other side. It's no big deal.
But they can't get out.
Yeah.
Man.
So giant anteaters are in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, they'll do stuff nowadays to help animals get like through overpasses and whatnot, but little things like this, you got to take account for.
I'm hoping, one of the thoughts is just putting some kind of board walkways and stuff like that, or stairs into them.
Just something so they can climb up
like
out.
Like we have it in our iron ditches.
Yeah.
Is what they're called, iron channels.
Yeah.
Even though they're not iron, it's armored channels.
Right.
Every like 200, 300 feet, they put something to get like people out specifically. Yeah. But animals use it too, don't get me wrong. Right. But because if a guy falls in there, he's also screwed. Because if a 6-foot-long giant anteater can't crawl its way out, a guy ain't getting out.
He's going to struggle, I bet.
Yeah. So what do you think about giant anteaters?
I mean, they're a neat, unique animal. I'm telling you, we need to get some for the backyard and
I would have one of these guys as a pet. Feeding them would be a pain.
Yeah, I guess.
We talked about those pangolins too.
Unless you find a source.
Which is another cousin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, you just got to start farming ants.
And when you see like golden anteaters and stuff like that, little tree ones, you really start seeing the relationship between them and sloths. Like a golden anteater is like a sloth with a prehensile tail.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty neat looking.
But these guys are just so big, and they're hard to find. Have you ever seen the video of the jaguar hunting one of these? So this giant anteater is getting a drink of water, and it perks up. It doesn't know. It can't see behind it because it's tail.
Yeah.
There's a jaguar like 20 feet behind it, like getting ready to pounce.
Yeah.
But then you just see this giant anteater perk up, and it just is looking all around. It can smell it.
Yeah.
It knows there's a jaguar nearby, and then it starts to turn around and sees it and just books it.
It runs?
Yeah.
The jaguar chase it?
Oh, yeah. No, the jaguar like bit it like behind the head and stuff like that. And the anteater's still just dragging this jaguar around.
Did it get it? Or
it got into the rainforest. Nobody knows.
Oh, gotcha.
And they're like I said, they're not easy. And the jaguar missed its mark.
Yeah.
It got way too low on the back.
Okay.
So it's not going to be like grabbing the neck and breaking the neck.
Right, yeah.
So if that anteater can get a hook into it,
yeah,
it's done.
Jaguar's in trouble.
That's been the giant anteater. So right to your, I don't know, we have tons of South American, Central American listeners on this show, but the giant anteaters need help.
It's protect their creatures of nature. Your local fauna.
We could start bringing these to like Oklahoma and Kansas. Do you think they could?
And just let them free?
You think? Well, there's not like big termite mounds.
There could be. You never know.
We'd have to bring them to like Africa.
Oh, there's got to be some termite mounds somewhere.
There's termite mounds, but not like the ones I'm talking about, like Central America that are
the big
15
ones.
feet tall.
Well, first we'll get a bunch of termites.
Oh, there we go.
Release them into an area and just let it get an infestation
We'll have to talk about cane toads, because that was that thing.
Oh, when they brought in the cane toads?
Yeah, because they had
Hawaii or something?
No, to North America.
Oh, North America. Okay.
So they brought in sugarcane. Sugarcane beetles came with that.
Yeah.
The only predator sugarcane beetles was cane toads.
Brought them
in. The cane toads hate eating cane beetles because they taste nasty.
Yeah.
So they're like,
else.
yeah, we'll just eat everything else.
Yeah.
And then we brought in their predators, and it doesn't work.
Nah, it's bad.
It never works. It's never once worked.
Keep your local fauna local.
All right. I have been the great and peaceful mystery.
And I've been Jay.
We'll catch you next week with more freaks of fauna.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.